VAR will be launched in Football League and Women's Super League. The English Football League and Women's Super League are aiming to bring in a VAR Lite system as a low-cost alternative to the video referees used in the Premier League. The system could be used from the start of the 2023-24 season and would aim to protect against damaging refereeing mistakes, but would not have the offside technology or the same number of cameras used in the top flight. The International FA Board is set to approve more competitions using a VAR Lite system when it meets on March 3rd. It has been tested in several countries, including the Netherlands, and at the Asian Football Confederation's Women's Club Championship. FIFA's protocols allow for two main VAR Lite systems, one using up to 3 cameras and the other between 4 and 8. They are flexible enough to allow competitions to decide on the number of staff involved, and the VAR Lite is aimed at countries lacking the resources to run the full system. One EFL source said that VAR Lite could be the perfect solution as it would avoid the marginal calls that have caused controversy in the Premier League. If there is a low-cost video monitoring system that stops the real blunders but does not get into a toenail being offside or studying every handball in minute detail, then that could be the best of both worlds, the source said. The Professional Game Match Officials Ltd., the body that manages elite referees, has held talks with both the EFL and WSL about bringing in a VAR Lite system to their competition. Kelly Simmons, director of the women's professional game at the FA, told Definitely, we are really keen to do it in the WSL. We have had early discussions with the PGMOL about looking at VAR Lite, and we are working on what that would look like and what would the costs be for us to deliver that. It is really critical that it comes in as soon as we can do it and can afford it. We have a fantastic group of referees, but without technological support you cannot see every single decision, and you want those game-changing decisions to be as close to 100% as possible. There have been several decisions in the WSL this season that have led to calls for VAR to be introduced. Emma Hayes, the Chelsea manager, said in September that those in women's football were made to feel like second-class citizens because of the absence of the technology. The EFL has also expressed its interest to the PGMOL and is exploring options. The timescales involved mean that it would be a challenge to bring even VAR Lite to the Sky Bet Championship or WSL for next season, as there are not enough trained officials, and it would need a full season of non-live training for new personnel to become proficient. The WSL and EFL would also be able to decide whether there should be a central base for VAR officials, such as the one the Premier League uses at Stockley Park in West London, or if it should be based in individual stadiums, if that is a cheaper alternative. The number of cameras is the main factor affecting the cost of the system, so there may be a dilemma for the EFL in terms of which system to choose, given that 8 camera angles are already available to broadcasters providing live coverage of championship matches.